1, and this time Lava will have a lot more comfort on the Sejuani, especially in terms of his competitive games. Obviously, having a look at his solo queue, he is very much capable of playing these AP junglers, but when it comes to playing for J-Team and in these comps, he does really like his tanks. As Yursan being looked at, Zenith Blade will connect, but he should just be able to stroll out on his merry way, not without taking a few Mystic shots though.
Doesn't drop a ward on his way out, but J-Team should still have a pretty good idea of what Frank are up to.
Minions have spawned.
And, yeah, weird 3-man invade on the bot side while Zyra is top. But they weren't able to stomp on any of Gemini's plants with the top invade J-Team, so... Not the best plant spawns, though. No, they're actually really good. Never mind.
Yeah, those are.
It depends if this one by the red hits the rafters, because I've seen that happen. Surely it's
no,
gonna
that
hit the
one.
buff.
I actually think that's not going to be in range of hitting the red. It's just not going to hit at all.
No, it's not hitting, okay.
But still, the 2 in the pit, he gets another one as well.
Yeah, it should be good enough. Not going to be breaking any records, Gemini, this time around.
We could, you never know.
Oh, he's going to do the over-the-wall thing that I was telling you about. Who wasn't doing this yesterday? He was a noob. Double WWQ, smite, and you can essentially just walk away from the camp.
Does the little one die?
Yeah, the little ones just all die to one single plant.
No, I meant the not little one.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it does.
Oh, Zenith Blade connecting again this time. Trade once again coming out in favor of Frank, but timing takes a little bit on the back end.
Yeah, kind of seeing why the alley is good into the Leona there. But the trade still doesn't go that great. Level 1 alley at the end of the day.
Okay, 2 minutes 20. I want to know the jungle time. 2:54 the time to beat Ginger.
I don't think there's any way. I think he's already too late.
Maybe, I mean...
He has a smite coming up.
Let's have a look. He is now on his blue. Wolves should get finished up. Yeah, not making the same mistake as Godtone did.
Yeah.
On the blue, 2 minutes 40, 15 seconds. He might be able to, you know.
Who's dead?
Oh, 2 minutes 46, 47, 48. Nah, there's no plants here.
No smite in time.
Oh, it's so close, though. He might get the second time. 5 seconds on that. He doesn't.
Yeah, he's comfortably got it, no?
Nah.
No, he doesn't waste his smite, fair enough. Gemini not actually playing for any clear speed record. You don't get anything for having the fastest clear speed. He's on his way bot lane now, and J-Team's bot lane look in danger.
How rude is it that you're just level 2 and a level 4 jungler has just come into your lane at 3 minutes into the game? Doesn't feel like this should really result in a kill, especially with that root missing. Yeah,
everything misses for Gemini, and he just feels a bit silly and walks away, but didn't waste any time. Sejuani has just finished her clear now. Full almost minute later. And we'll pick up the Scuttle Crab on the top side, and Zyra's going to get the bot side on. Lava invading just to get a ward down. Go for his recall. Being spam pinged, so they're on to him.
Nice by Jimmy to pick up those minions on the tower.
Probably just a ward on Krugs for Lava. Yeah. Yeah, will be the next camp available for the Zyra. So we're going to know exactly what Gemini is up to, though it was a pretty safe guess.
Yeah, I don't think too many surprises.
Yep, Zyra loves to full clear.
Not able to find an invade as of yet, and Lava did use a little bit of time there to walk into Gemini's jungle to get this ward down. So no surprises coming from the location of Gemini on this Zyra. Now, arriving to this mid lane, there's not really anything to do here though, let's be entirely honest. And I like how Minji takes teleport and not barrier.
Yeah, barrier against Corki I think would be borderline reportable.
Cascada does it. He makes it work, but
yeah, always.
I feel like as we go later into the series, as Kaiwing getting stunned up and gonna lose his flash, does live, which is definitely important, but...
Oh! Wait a second, Lakai almost gets some revenge on Jiang there. Looks like he's doing very well in this lane.
Yeah, I'm sure Jiang really happy that he's playing Cassante into Cannon right now.
Yeah, pick for the team, pal. What can you do? Forced to commit his TP. In the top lane, and Lakai's going to hang around. There's actually 0 kill threat on the cannon, right, for the Cassante?
Yeah.
You have to do something pretty egregious,
at level 6, there's always kill threat for Cassante.
Yeah, especially with Flash these days, right?
Yeah, I actually think that makes it less, unless you're at his tower, I guess.
Yeah, it means he can like catch you off guard, which I think is what he has to do against the cannon.
I mean, yeah, you used to be able to just run people down with Ghost, though.
Yeah, and just they can't CC you, cannot kill you.
Yeah.
The K'Sante experience. Both mid laners have TP'd.
He is actually a very fun champ to play. You just have to go through the first 6 levels is the problem.
I don't think this is the first time we've seen Minji play Zeri, actually.
Yeah, maybe
Now
not.
that I'm thinking back. Oh, engage on.
Played Kyming, no flash. Now comes a lightning crash. He does have this aftershock popped, and Kyming will be walking out on his merry way, but Jimian's going to take a bit of damage there on the back end, thanks to the trade going forward. A bit of damage as well from Gemini as a fight over the Scuttle Crab looks to break out. It is Jiang who's down here first with the priority on the top side, and actually as the Void Grub started, Lalva half HP, Gemini full, does have flash, no flash for Kaiwing.
Oh, Lakai
Jimian
has
pushing through this mid lane.
Okay, they spot Lakai.
One
Fortunately for Frank.
of the Void Grubs is taken. Now, Lalva, Yersan both here. Supports are level 5. Level 5 as well for these junglers, so no massive, impactful teamfight ultimates yet. It is really going to be Lakai that can be the star of the show. Now, one Void Grub apiece. Flash away from Lakai, though, and here comes the Lightning Storm. Everything coming out, and Jiang will be going down. Actually, he goes through with the all-out. Can he make his way out? He's going aggressive. He didn't use that Pathmaker to go back, and probably regretting it now, as flashes do eventually get traded for these junglers too, but it's J-Team coming out 2-0 in the back end of that fight. Wako as well is able to dodge out of that curtain call and pick up a honey fruit for himself.
Yep. Wako able to accrue some incremental advantages for himself in the bottom lane. As you see, he's taken a plate similar to last game, but it's this go on Lakai that is just so ill-advised by Frank.
Illegal.
Yeah, Gemini, if Gemini lands the route, it probably looks very different and less of a grief, but Jiang not quite enough damage to deal with Lakai, and J-Team responding well to their teammates being aggressed on, and
Jiang
nice.
not Wing out there.
Yeah, crazy. Heads up play from Lava too. Hits 6 off the kill, insta-flash ults.
Yeah.
Gemini gets rid of the Zyra flash. Once this Sejuani ult that's already halfway back up is back up, you can probably get a free kill on the Zyra.
Pretty hard to hit the Zyra, admittedly, as the Sejuani, as I said before the game, because not like the Leona, you actually have to hit, you know, the Sejuani engage through people, whereas Leona can just drop down the suns.
Oh, yep, I get what you mean. Like, people can block.
Yeah. And Kaiwing almost certainly, as well as Jiang, will be doing that.
Yep. Oh, Jiang especially. Another plate picked up for the bot lane as a big lead for Wako. You kind of expect Ezreal to have priority in the spot lane. Should be quite difficult for Jin in these early levels, so he starts one-shotting the caster minions with his Q.
Julian pushing out this middle lane. Starting to get a little bit of aggression or priority for himself as the Corki. Bit extra mana certainly helping out.
Pretty even in the mid lane, but I'm giving the advantage to Jimian at the moment just because he built a tier and a cull. So farming even with a tier and a cull feels really good. Especially if your champion is going to spike much sooner than the enemy champion. Corki with Mirror Mana Triforce is ready to play the game. Zeri feels like she needs to wait for, you know, a lot of items before she can really take over and do massive amounts of damage.
Yeah, Frank trying to find things on the map here as stun comes through onto Kyrie. He does have flashback available for himself, but no ultimate on this Leona. Wako trying to find aggressive onto Lalva. Here comes the Strangle Thorns. It is doing a bit of damage, and through does come that Sejuani ult, forcing out the barrier here from Wako on the Ezreal. True Shot Barrage does go wide. Chi-Chi with the Essence Flux on him, dodging and diving out of absolutely everything, and it's once again J-Team winning out on that trade. Not hard enough for Wako to feel the necessary leave the lane. Curtain Call available though, so does have to be careful, especially with that Arcane Shift usage.
Yep, should be okay for now, Wako. Not aware of where Kaiwing is, Chi-Chi, so maybe can't push ult, just gets it blocked. And yeah, well played. Already though, better start this game for J-Team. They have made Wako use one summoner.
Yep.
You see how strong the Sejuani is in these skirmishes. I don't know if you saw it, but Lava ate everything from Gemini, Kaiwing, and Wako in that fight and was about half HP. Because so much of their damage is front-loaded.
Yeah, right now, as items come through for Israel, it becomes less the case, but certainly early on,
Yeah.
you kind of only do damage when your W is up, when your Essence Flux can hit hard, I suppose. Q's not really doing that much with just the Sheen Phage.
Nah, not to a Sejuani, especially.
Level 6 now for Yersan, so advantage for the side of J-Team if a fight were to break out around this dragon, as Kaiwing desperately needs to get some XP, probably needs to share it with Jimmian. Hopefully is close enough 2-6 to get it off this wave. There we go, does tick over now. Loses bone plating, which we'll see if that has any real impact. Oftentimes not really feeling like it does, but Frank, they've already started up and pretty much taken out this dragon. J-Team too late to the play means they're not going to get any
Lava with
action.
ulti.
Yeah, Lava does
No
have
flash
ulti.
Gemini.
Oh, curtain call coming out. Wako flashes over. Oh, he's got nowhere to run. Chi-Chi just finding the solo kill there onto Wako. I have to see what occurred to make that possible. I don't think Wako recalled after getting chunked out of that bot lane fight earlier.
Yeah, won't be a flawless game for Wako this time around. Chi-Chi, yeah, just finds him.
I assume landing the W.
He predicts it.
Oh my god.
Oh, and he gets Wako's flash and still kills him.
What a beast. Yeah, Chi-Chi's happy, as you would be.
Doesn't flash either.
Predicting the Israel E.
Yeah, pretty incredible. Can't believe that guy's a rookie. He is a rookie. Last split doesn't count.
Yeah, I swear, like every other sport, rookie counts as a year, right? Like it's like it's a rookie year.
Also, it's just unfair for him because he Grub's going to be taken by J-Team now.
Yeah, he also did. Yeah, came through.
He didn't get to play the whole split.
Yeah,
or even most of the split, he didn't get to play.
Yeah, all this is true.
So, yeah, Chi-Chi, very impressive. Taking down Wako, who I was worried was just like dominating him in the side lane, but Chi-Chi got some fight in him.
It took a lot, but he was able to deliver.
Yeah, there's a static shiv.
Oh, Jiang's having so much fun as Cassante into Kennen.
Farming very well. Yeah, but no way to get onto the Kennen.
No.
I don't know how you're supposed to.
You're not. You're supposed to pick Riven.
That's true. Riven could get onto the Kennen.
And yeah, I think wisely Lakai going for the Leandries. Arja, he is a bit of a proto-belt merchant himself. The only other real Kennen enjoyer. I think we may have seen one game out of Guangwan as well.
Yeah, I think I prefer the Rocket Belt Rabadons type Kennen builds.
Yeah, I think this time you're against some tanky, health stacking champs, even Corki Israel with health.
Yep.
In their build paths, meaning that Leandris just finds extra value. You're probably not going to struggle to find a Kennen ult here onto...
Scuffle over the blue buff.
Many of the members of JT, and they should be able to pick this up. Yersan finds the way into Gemini. It is a Sejuani ult going slightly wide, and that means Gemini will not go down, but it is the blue buff picked up, however.
Yeah, they grab Gemini's flash on their way out too. That feels really good. It's looking good for J-Team. One thing about the Kennen, just back on that for a second, is that Orhi Ezreal are pretty impossible to actually catch in your Kennen ult. So he might just be prioritizing killing these frontliners on the Kennen. Whereas if you go for a Rocket Belt Rabadons, you're expecting to kill ADCs and mid laners, right?
Yeah.
J-Team Rift Herald now. Complete control of the game.
Yeah, not awfully contested as this game at the moment. No, the gold lead isn't that far apart, and honestly, once these tier items are completed, you'd actually probably favor Frank Esports. So as long as they don't lose any more gold, probably going to feel completely fine. Looking to take a tower here. Lalva on the way, as is Chi-Chi. They, side of Frank, have to be careful. Teleport as well. This is going to be Lakai. He's got his magnet. He has the... Oh, look at this electric storm coming from Lakai. He's going to be taken out. It's going to be Jimmy picking up that kill. Curtain call now no longer in range as Minji looks to secure another. It's a 1 for 2. It's a teleport out of Lakai, and this is part of the problem that you have when you pick a champ like Cassante into the Kennen is, yeah, you can just sit there to survive, but all of the proactivity, all the aggression around the map, it's up to Lakai to make it and for you to answer. And in a statement game from Lakai, really.
Yeah, what a bounce
Not allowing
back.
for it to happen.
What a bounce back from Lakai, right?
Yeah.
Chi-Chi too, playing great this game, and here's an amazing TP from Lakai. Frank not committing many members to this tower, and no one can even get here. Watch this flash in. Now, I do think Kaiwing actually commits his flash here too. I think this is an egregious mistake to let Kaiwing escape here if you're Lava. You are not needed on this Corki, and you should be chasing that Leona, because she actually gets hit by a Jin W later down the line, but -1 kill for J-Team. They're not short on kills this game.
No. That slicing Maelstrom, when you get into a position like that, is just insane.
Yep.
There's not really any counterplay. No one building Merc Treads, which I think is a little illegal. I understand, yeah, you're laning against an 80 carry, but you are also playing against a Kennen and a Sejuani. I don't think you can really go plated steel caps on Jimmy's Corki, but alas.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, so much CC.
And at some stage, it's hitting you. Like, you are just going to get hit by it. And if you're dead in one of these fights, it could just mean that your team have no chance and you're going to lose a lot more. But anyway, Frank, they're still not without play. They are looking for this top tower. Last fight, it all happened off a bit of aggression over the bot tower. Yusan going on in, his teleport coming through. This time it's Jiang that's got the proactivity. There is not going to be a Lakai here, as Stranglethorns does knock up Lava.
J-Team can get everyone out.
Yeah, they do all make it out, and Frank, they're going to lose a teleport for it.
Yeah, they lose 2 flashes, though, so you're happy with that trade.
Jimmy now, teleporting down the bot side, is going to be able to pick up this wave and disallow Lakai from furthering any damage on this tower.
Yep. And I could be convinced that the Liandry's Kennen is the move this game, but I'm going to disagree with whatever he's building that alternator into, I
that
think.
Could be a Protobelt.
Protobelt Liandry's does not feel right.
Yeah, but I mean, you do eventually just become a CC bot. I don't hate it.
Yeah.
I think Leandry's is right. There's just everyone buying health. Protobelt, no, I don't mind it. Honestly, it gets you into a better position. It is just an item so good
on Kennen.
On Kennen.
Yeah.
I think if you were any other champ in the game, probably not good, but on Kennen specifically.
Yeah, and if the Leandry's has let him have the priority he's had all game, then good choice. And it's fine to delay your Protobelt and go for even the usual Kennen build now. Protobelt Rabadons if you want to.
Yeah, might want a Zhonya's. Zhonya's is really good on you. If you're Kennen, Protobelt and get in the middle of a bunch of people, Zhonya's. Because ultimately you are not lacking damage. You have Zeri-Jin.
Yeah, more of a utility bot, right, the Kennen?
Eventually. Eventually for sure, your son. Hex flashing away, but nothing more really to do here.
So,
currently not a Bloodsong enjoyer. Interesting.
Nice little combo onto the cannon there, Chi-Chi. Can appreciate nice Jin mechanics.
I'm just excited for when Chi-Chi has a lot of crit and is sprinting around the map.
Low-key hard to kill this Jin.
Yeah.
And he's off to a great start, too. Speaking of great starts, Minji as well. 2 items now. The 2 item spikes, as you were saying before, are insane for Frank. Between Zyra, Corki, Ezreal, that is probably the strongest core you could have of 2 item 20-minute power spikes. And we are coming up on those spikes now. 300 stacks on the tiers.
Yeah, and interestingly, it's actually Kaiwing who gets the Warmogs first, because Yusan makes a pit stop for the boots, which on current patch, live patch as in solo queue, I think is much better, because you can't get Warmogs passive immediately. But I think on the patch that the pros are playing on, Warmogs first. If you just forego those early boots, you actually get a lot more value, because it means you can be more aggressive with your warding.
You're also just straight up hard to kill with that much HP at this point in the game.
Yeah, just an extra 1,000 HP from that item is really absurd.
Lava Lurkin here is going to lose his passive to the Zyra plant.
Now, Wako just taking damage. Actually really wants to find a recall. I mean, couldn't call used, but yep, Jiang's health noticeably not going down.
Yeah, could have probably just cancelled that ulti if you're Chi-Chi, but...
Oh, you've used it. May as well finish it off. Now, Lakai making more damage happen
Gemini,
on this bot
though, behind him.
Yeah, he has to be careful. Flash available, does have his team approaching. Stun lands. Fantastic here from Gemini. Flashes well from Lakai, and should be a trade of 1 for 1. Gemini trying to flash away, but he's going to get stunned up. He is finding a lot of damage back, though. Is going to eventually become a 1 for 1, but Gemini still finding more and more damage. Lalva eventually taking that kill with the flail as he goes 2-0-3. Jung gets himself a kill. Didn't have to really use anything for it. It was the ultimate. Should be back up not too long after the spawn of this dragon.
Really sucks for Lakai to use his flash there. It's such an important summoner on
it's
Kennen.
Shadow Flame.
Yeah.
Oh. All right, that sucks.
So that's a good item for killing Corki and Ezreal. And Leandri's is a good item for killing Cassante. So Lakai is set up for a pentakill this game.
Other than he's trying to do both.
Yeah.
Is the problem?
Yeah. Which usually when you try to do multiple things at once, it makes you not very good at either thing.
Yeah, there's very few champions that get away with it. I think, what's a noticeable champ that does kind of get away with doing that? I think like hyper carries, Cogmore Vayne, where you just go full damage for the first 3 items, and then after that...
You go tanky, yeah, best of both worlds type of thing.
Yeah. But it's kind of...
Look at the poke from one Zyro plant shot on Lakai, by the way.
Yeah, no flash. Does have Slicing Maelstrom back up, and All Out not yet available for Jiang. Jiang on a flank, but it's not going to be that impactful. You don't have to field. Pathmaker should be available, but Yursan's going to get taken out. It doesn't matter that he's got that Unbreakable Will on the backside, though. It is going to be that Glacial Prison landing onto Gemini as low health bars across the rift. It's Chi-Chi, though, noticeably full HP, but Wako's going insane. He's landing absolutely everything. Stun coming through there. It does connect onto Jiang, but it's J-Team getting routed up to the top side. Curtain Call coming out. What will he connect with? Jiang for now. Dodges out of shot number 2. Jimmy going to be able to block shot number 4, and it's not actually going to land onto anyone as Arcane Shift was going to be used there by Wako. Now Lava trying to still get back into this Dragon Pit. The TP coming through. Minji's going to be able to get back into there if he wants to. Lightning Crash, though, not available. And Jiang does have Q3. He does use it. Lakai slicing Maelstrom still up. Jimmy going aggressive with the Valkyrie means he's going to get one shot. It's traded, however. Chi-Chi coming back. Wako, he's getting hit up by this Jin. He's trying to kite Lava. Flashing forward, gets the permafrost. Gemini trying to find the damage onto Chi-Chi. Wako Arcane Shift has failed over that wall. But here comes a true shot barrage, and he connects on the back end. Now Chi-Chi trying to run away from Kaiwing. Will have the additional move speed available from his boots, from his auto attacks, and Kaiwings decides against the follow-up. But goddamn, what a fight. Frank get the dragon. They get the team fight win, and Wako is 3-1 before his 2 items power spike.
Yeah, somehow Chi-Chi finds himself as the only member of his team alive now. From such a winning position, the kills have evened up, and the gold is now in Frank's favor. Dragons even. Out of nowhere. Look, Jiang, by the way, in that fight, did about as much damage as Wako.
Yeah, no ultimate.
Yeah, until later, until Minji comes in. And here, Lakai gets chunked out, so it's really weird to just even group your Kennen, who has TP up.
Yeah, could just
when he doesn't have ulti.
He could just try and teleport to that Jin trap even.
Yeah, he could just be doing anything else than throwing a QW here. Kennen just not contributing anything. Ursan goes down super quick and amazing ulti onto the Corki here by the Sejuani, but...
Oh, Wako is so quick.
Yeah. Fight's essentially 3v5. How does Minji use E here that he gets all outed by Jiang and actually goes down? Oh, Jesus. That was not a good E from Minji. And it means that Jiang gets the kill, and Lava and Chi-Chi not able to finish off Gemini or Wako. Wako kiting very well. Yeah,
and Yosan not able to get back. Wako does fail that E. Could have been a different look if
High ground difference, I think.
It's still an even game, though, as, yeah, Jiang and Wako, the big winners. Chi-Chi doing his damnedest.
I'm amazed Lakai even did that much damage in the fight without his ulti.
Yeah, Chi-Chi had both sums as well. I have to wonder if there's ever an angle he could have gone aggressive.
It could have killed Wako at the end, probably.
Would have died, though, maybe not worth it, wanting to stay up on that map. Now, ultimately, he is also, with a 300 gold shutdown, very strong on the Jin. Not going Infinity Edge, going for the LDR first to try and make his way through this Cassante, who is building a Rando in second. Very, very strong item against the Jin.
Get Shadow Flame finished up for this Kennen now. Will be Void Staff next.
Oh.
Building those items in that order probably means you messed up. I mean, yeah. He's
you're supposed to get Shadow Flame early, but the problem is I just feel like...
It just doesn't feel like a good item these days.
Yeah, and while he is solo AP, he's not really, right? Because you already have a Sejuani who kind of forces Merc Treads, as we're seeing 3 of them.
Yeah.
In the inventories here. There's going to be Magic Resist on Kaiwing, as he will pick up either the...
Zeke's Locket, whatever.
No, it should be Locket. It should be the Locket, and we already have a Canic Recurn as well on Jiang. Teleport now coming through. This is going to be Jiang coming in from base. Lava locked up, stunned up continuously. Not going to find a way out of here. Stranglethorns is going to be committed now. Frank, they will turn their attention towards this Baron. It is not as easy as they think, though. There is no Stranglethorns available. No Solar Flare either. And Minji as well as Chi-Chi can do a whole hell of a lot of damage around this Baron pit. Yosan trying to find his way in the pit, but he is just stunned down. He's locked down, and Frank, they have turned their attention towards this Alistair. Unbreakable Wing used at the very end. It's going to be Gemini very, very low, but importantly, the 4th shot does connect as Jiang going aggressive onto these 280 carries, won't be able to find their way onto them. And there goes the Baron. Gemini blast coding into the pit. All out though onto Lakai. Where's Lakai going to go? He's going to go into his tower and get one shot by this Cassante as Kaiwing tries to find his way onto Chi-Chi, but Chi-Chi's dipping and diving and dodging absolutely everything. Really well played by Chi-Chi, but even better played by the entirety of Frank Esports.
Yeah, and Jiang is just a monster on this Cassante. Went even in his lane and took over these team fights, as we've seen him do so many times. Out of nowhere, Frank just... Before they were behind, massively behind this game, and I guess they just hit these quirky Ezreal spikes, won a dragon fight, and it feels like the game's just over now. Yeah,
5-1 with a Bloodthirster now is this Ezreal that you just touched on. Jimmy now working towards what looks like an Infinity Edge, as he did purchase the BF Sword, changing it now for a QSS.
Yeah, how nice is it not having to go for these LDRs?
Yeah.
On the side of Frank compared to the side of J-Team, who are keeping up in terms of items, but their items are just less impactful.
Yeah, 5k down in gold, largely in top lane. Full item over, really. His counterpart is Yi Jiang, and that's just off the back of the team fighting, because lane was atrocious for this Cassante.
Chi-Chi walks up.
Chi-Chi! Oh, he's taken a lot of damage here from Wako as the Glacial Prison used onto Jiang to try and thwart off any more forward progress coming out of Frank Esports. Minji Lightning Crash. He's going to be able to hit Jiang pretty freely, but it's going to be Lakai caught off at the end. Slicing Maelstrom finds absolutely nothing. A small stun onto Kaiwing is not going to matter. Flash forward, Q2, Q3 going to come through, does miss, and down will go Jiang. No, he won't. He gets the double kill before he does. Yosan down. It's now a 2v4 as Chi-Chi and Lalva have to do absolutely everything, but Wako's on the side and landing Mystic shots. E forward, will he find it onto Chi-Chi? Not going to look for it. Going to instead now turn their attention towards this dragon. Baron buff still available for the next minute. As on the bot side, Jimmy and not even there. It's the 4v5. Jimmy and working towards this bot lane inhibitor. Chi-Chi and Lava, they're going to be full on HP as well. They can come out of the base and look for something as respawns will be coming through. But importantly, no teleport on Lakai, and he did use the Slicing Maelstrom for absolutely nothing in that last engagement.
Yeah, no TPs mean that Frank can greed for this inhibitor. It's very greedy to stay for it, but no one can flank. And this is a 4v5 that Frank have no interest in clicking backwards in. Here, Chi-Chi just steps up way too far, and Wako finds nice Q, W-E-Q. If that Q lands, he's very close to dead, especially if an ulti comes out from the Ezreal. Lava wastes his ulti too, so I'm amazed J-Team are still trying to force the issue here.
Yeah, they see Lakai on the side. They think they can find a 4v5, but he's just caught out by Kaiwing there. And
Jiang is doing so much damage on this Cassante now. And Ursan thinks he's beating Jiang here, but he's actually killing his mid laner.
Yeah, Minji just getting absolutely headshot.
One tapped, yeah.
And it looks like Jimmy died immediately. He, in fact, just was split pushing bot. It was a 4v5. Wako doing nearly 7,000 damage in that fight. His teleport now coming through for Jimmy. And you know, one thing I've noticed ever since we've got this double 80 carry comps going on is we very rarely see a 5-digit damage team fight from anyone. Because it is just generally the load being shared.
Yeah.
Whereas before...
yeah, I forgot we used to see those.
Yeah, we used to see every game we get to a late game team fight and one of the 80 carries would just do 12k damage.
Yeah. But yeah, there's just too much damage. There isn't that much damage to do to a comp like J-Teams and Franks.
Now, Frank now pushing down the top side. No Baron. It is going to be a lot easier now for J-Team to wave clear against this siege from Frank, but Jimmy now cutting this wave into the base of J-Team, going to force someone to deal with him as he is just walking in, feeling completely fine. Lalva does have ultimate, but as long as Jimmy is quick with either his Flash or Valkyrie, will find himself at complete free will to do whatever he likes.
Yes, looking Leona ulti.
Now Leona also misses. Larva now Arctic Assault forward, and there will come out this Sejuani ult, but it's immediately going to be hit with the QSS as Lakai looks for a flank, gets stunned up. Stranglethorn's used. It is a big cooldown, but importantly it's a 4v5, and Jimmy in with the flash, playing as aggressive as you would ever want. Now Jiang, he's in the back line. This should just all be done. Maybe going to go down. He is eventually as Minji finds him, and now Chi-Chi is going to have to try and 1v3, but I don't think he's got what it takes. Low health bars, curtain call coming out. Jimmy in blocking 1, blocking 2, dodging 3, and now that is all she wrote. Frank Esports, they take the 2-0 in the series up against J-Team.
Yeah, Chi-Chi still alive at the end. Deathless game for him. Not a bad performance at all.
Yeah, taking a lot of damage before team fights though.
Yeah, especially in that mid fight, which they still lost 4v5 anyway, so I think the game was already doomed at that point. I mean, the big play of this game was that dragon fight, where Frank just completely turned the game around, and that is something we are used to seeing from Frank.
Yeah, not so much this split.
Yeah, fall behind a couple K, and then just win a team fight, take over. But yeah, we haven't seen it this split, and the quirky Ezreal really fits that playstyle.
Yeah.
Even Zyra fits well. Big 2-item spike for her, and they had importantly, they had the engage to do it this time around. Sometimes when they play this style, it was happening a lot last split, where they just have a solo rel engage, which is really difficult at this level of play to make work without your flash up.